So we have our scene and we've got Donnie moving around a little bit, but it's still a very dead scene. And one of the things we're going to do to liven it up is to add a camera. Not only a camera, we're going to do a trick to make it appear as if the camera is being handheld. So to go ahead and start, we'll go to our little plus sign on our timeline. We'll add a camera. And to control the camera, while the camera is selected, I'm going to simply click and add a peg. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. And make sure I turn on our animate button. And I'll select, sure, we'll go ahead and collapse the camera peg. I'll select the very first frame. I'll insert a keyframe. Let's do F6. And I want to go up to my advanced animation tools, and I want to select the translate. Now, once I've selected this, if you notice, we have different arrows here on the screen, and we have the green, which represents the Y, so I can pull things up and down, and the red represents the X, so I can pull things left and right. And if you look, we have some really nice multiplane action happening, and that's because, if we look over at the top, it's how we have everything set up in the Z-axis. So the first thing we're going to do is, about every 10 frames, I'm going to turn off my scrubbing here. About every 10 frames or so, I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Let's a little bit up, a little down, a little over. Not a lot, just a little bit to give some movement. Now, the other thing is, when you're working in animation, you want to one thing that people forget about is they don't exaggerate enough. So it doesn't have to be that subtle. And I'm not necessarily paying attention to what Donnie is doing because we're going to be adding another peg to this camera, and that is going to be guiding where we're going throughout the scene. Pretty much this is the little hand that's shaking the camera as we're going to be moving it. So, all right. Now, to really push what's happening, I'm going to go to the timeline and click on my camera here and turn on the camera mask. Click off of the camera just so we don't see any yellow. I'm going to turn off our animate button and scrub back to the beginning, and I'll play this.
And I'm feeling like a one-legged man on a unicycle trapped on a carousel, and I swear that unicorn's gaining on me. And I'm feeling like a one-legged man on a unicycle trapped on a carousel, and I swear that unicorn's gaining on me.
All right, so we've got that going. So what I'm going to do now, and I can even label this. I can call this one Shake Cam. And what I'm going to do next is add another peg to this. And this will be called Move Cam. So make sure Animate button is turned on. And we'll insert a keyframe, F6. All right, and now I do want to hear what Donnie is saying because I'm going to be moving the camera kind of on certain keywords here.
Unicycle trapped on a carousel. Trapped on a carousel. And I trapped on a carousel.
Now, by the time he finishes saying carousel, I want the camera to be closer to him. So I'm going to come over here to our top view and move the camera closer. And then right on my camera view, I'm going to slide this over so it's a little more toward him. Maybe even a little up. And now we'll play this back.
And I'm feeling like a one-legged man on a unicycle trapped on a carousel. And I swear, that unicorn's gaining on me. And I'm feeling like a one-legged man on a unicycle trapped on a carousel. And I swear, that unicorn's gaining on me. And I'm feeling like a one-legged man on a unicycle trapped on a carousel. And I swear, that unicorn's gaining on me. And I'm feeling...
All right, so we have that set. And the last thing we're going to do is add in a simple jump cut. So even though this is not a very complex scene, there's only a foreground and a background, and our character's not even moving that much, we were able to give a little more life to the scene just by moving the camera around and adding that nice little handheld effect.